Welcome to Policy on Demand's Week in Review. I'm Will Morris.
What would you tell clients are your takeaways from this week?
Well, the big, in fact huge news in international tax is the announcement by Pascal Saint-Amans, the head of tax at the OECD, that he'll be leaving at the end of October. It is difficult to overstate how radically Pascal has changed the international tax landscape as a prime mover, first to the base erosion and profit shifting project, and then the Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 project. A skillful politician, he's managed to move the OECD and G20 countries forward during BEPS, and now the inclusive framework of over 140 countries, towards international tax agreements that many, including me, would have never thought possible.
Which question related to policy did you get asked the most, and how did you respond?
Right. Well, this week, inevitably, it's actually what does Pascal's departure mean for the Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 project? And it's actually a really interesting question. So Pascal said in his farewell note that the project is done, but as our viewers know, that's actually not quite right. Politically, Pillar 1 is in trouble. US ratification concerns, for example, some developing country concerns as well. But Pillar 2 is also at a tricky point. Hungary is still holding up the EU process, and other countries are waiting on the EU. Germany announced just last weekend that it would go it alone with national legislation if there was no EU agreement. But for them to move ahead without a directive raises EU law issues, and even if, as is rumoured, France, Italy and Spain also follow suit, then it's still possible that one country's legislation could now differ from another as it moves through Parliament. Now, to be clear, Pascal has the diplomatic skill and the authority to keep all this together, all in check, but without him at the helm, things do become less certain. I have to say there have actually been more plot twists in this than in an Agatha Christie mystery.
Where should companies focus their attention in the coming week?
So there's a public consultation in Paris next Monday on Pillar 1. It'll be worth watching, I think, for three reasons. First, to hear what the OECD says. Second, to get some gauge of the business community's views. And third, actually to hear the views of several developing country NGOs that have been invited to speak. And it's really important to remember, even if Pillar 1 doesn't happen formally, its destination-based tax approach will very heavily influence tax developments in the next decade and in fact well beyond that.